morning. Two things that are going to go up and up. The temperatures and the dew point stand by for a sizzling hot forecast. Details on the way.
And this morning, the final goodbyes for a fallen Minneapolis police officer with ties to New Haven. We're going to have a look at what's expected throughout the day.
Also, details of a bicycle crash involving Hell's Kitchen host Gordon Ramsay, a crash that happened right here in Connecticut.
Fox 61, Connecticut's news station, begins with a Weather Watch alert.
6 o'clock, good morning. Thanks so much for starting off your new week with us here at Fox 61, Fox 61 Plus, America Areas.
And I'm Tim Lammers. Let's get right over to meteorologist Matt Scott to find out just how hot things are going to get and when it's going to get to that level that we start the heat wave.
Gosh, remember how last week was so comfortable?
Yes.
Last week was like
beautiful.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Not so much this week. I'm talking about a lot of heat, a lot of humidity, and even the possibility, the reality of some potentially dangerous weather. That's coming up this week. Hot week ahead. Temperatures are getting up there. Today they're in the 80s. We're looking at the 90s as early as tomorrow, and we're going to make a run at 100 degrees before the work week is out. Add to the humidity, and it makes for a quite uncomfortable forecast. We're going to check for any rain relief in the 7 days, see if we can conjure up some. Satellite radar pictures quiet, very strong flow out of the south, a little breezy at times. That may take the edge off of things, but by and large, if you're looking for any big weather to kind of cool us off, you're going to have to look far and wide. A little bit of shower activity over northern New York, a little bit over pushing over, let's call it Windsor, Canada, outside of Detroit. None of that factoring into our forecast. Temperatures in the upper 50s, lower 60s, up to our lucky 61 in New Haven, 64 in Bridgeport, 60 in Danbury. Your dew points are actually fine. For now, that's the issue. These numbers are turning up. And as they do, we'll look for some, that's when the discomfort really kicks in. So temperatures into the mid to upper 80s today, loads of sunshine, but we're turning up the heat, we're turning up the humidity, and turning up the trouble as a result. We'll talk about it on the tail coming up. 6:02, let's check the roads, see if there's any trouble out there. Here's Symphony Privet. Good morning.
Good morning, Matt, and good morning to you. If you're just waking up and you're getting ready to head out the door, it should be smooth sailing for you. We don't have any major incidents to tell you about right now. Let's take a live look at how the conditions are shaping up in Hartford this morning. Starting with the live look through downtown Hartford along I-84. The traffic volume is starting to pick up in the 6 o'clock hour. No delays reported on 91, 84, or Route 2. Traffic speeds are about where they need to be. Similar scene down in New Haven as we check out 95 near the Long Wharf area this morning. Drive time's looking good out there as well. We're seeing our usual minor delay reported on 95 South heading to Bridgeport. You'll get there in just under 30 minutes.
All right, Symphony, thanks so much.
This morning, a Minneapolis police officer who was killed in the line of duty will be laid to rest in his hometown of New Haven. Police said Officer Jamal Mitchell was shot last month by a man he was simply trying to help.
Fox 61's Brooke Griffin is in the studio with a look at the life of the fallen officer who once called New Haven home. Brooke.
Well, at the funeral service that also happened in Minneapolis already, the police chief says Jamal Mitchell will be remembered as a hero. He was even posthumously awarded the department's Medal of Honor and Purple Heart for his bravery. On May 30th, investigators say Mitchell was the first to respond to a shooting call. When he arrived, police say Mitchell was asking an apparent shooting victim if he was okay, but then that man pulled out a gun and fatally shot Mitchell. That suspect was shot and killed by police shortly after that. Officer Mitchell is originally from New Haven, Connecticut, but applied to be an officer in Minneapolis. The chief saying they've had a hard time recruiting officers for their department since George Floyd was killed. But Mitchell was willing and ready to take on the job in their city. At the Minnesota service, the chief said he exemplified exactly who they want in an officer and a person. His partner spoke as well, saying Mitchell loved their kids more than anything and will be very missed by everybody that he came in contact with.
This was Jamal's mission. And through our tears and heavy heart, we collectively say, mission accomplished.
And that procession will head to the funeral home at 8:15 this morning for private calling hours before the 11 o'clock funeral. Now, this is a private one. Again, nobody can actually come inside from the public, but we will have a camera inside that service. You can watch that on Fox 61 Plus and on our website. Back to you.
Hey, Brooke, thank you. Well, it looks like the year's first heat wave will start tomorrow. So Governor Ned Lamont is activating the state's extreme hot weather protocol.
Yeah, and that's going to open up cooling centers all around the state for people to stay safe and healthy. Fox 61's Angelo Bavaro was joining us with more on the message from health experts. Angelo.
Erica, Tim, good morning. And that hot weather protocol will be in effect from tomorrow until Sunday. In other words, this is a long stretch of heat that we're expecting. Health experts say the simple steps are super important here. Things like wearing lightweight clothes and limiting time outside to keep yourself cool and safe. Extreme heat is forecast to grip the Northeast this week, exposing millions of people to dangerous conditions.
Once it gets over 90, that's where I want to just be inside.
The Mid-Atlantic and into the New England, highs will be capped closer to the mid to upper 90s, which is nothing to sneeze at, even, in the middle of summer, let alone this early in the summer.
To make matters worse, overnight conditions not expected to offer much relief.
Warm overnight lows only dropping into the mid 70s, and, the risk of these heat illnesses are high.
The CDC recommends drinking 1 cup of water every 15 to 20 minutes when working or playing outside. You should also avoid caffeinated or alcoholic drinks that can dehydrate you. Besides minding your physical well-being, safety experts say you should also be vigilant about your personal belongings, especially if you're hitting up a crowded pool or beach this week.
You could just use something as simple as this. They make them nowadays. You could put your cell phone inside, identification, keys, whatever you need. It comes with you into the water and back, so you're not leaving your valuables unattended.
And also important to look out for those signs of heat-related illnesses. Those include fever, a fast-moving pulse rate, also nausea, dizziness. We'll talk more about that stuff coming up in the next hour. Tim, Erica, I will send things back to you.
Okay, thank you, Angelo. Now to a Fox 61 follow-up. June is only half over, a little more so, but it's already been a really bad month for motorcycle crashes.
Yeah, 6 of them were fatal since the start of the month. Fox 61's Jake Garcia spent Sunday talking with bikers, asking them what they believe is behind this dangerous trend.
With warmer weather upon us, more and more motorcycles are hitting the roads, but that means more crashes too. According to the Connecticut Crash Data Repository, from January to May of this year, there have been more than 200 crashes involving motorcycles, with more of them becoming deadly. Since June 1st, there have been at least 6 fatal motorcycle crashes across the state, killing a total of 8 people. And the bikers we spoke to today say while they're concerned about the recent spike in deadly crashes, there could be many factors behind it, but they say there's one thing they see on the road more than others.
There's a lot of people that are fully distracted, from phones to GPSs, especially the phones.
Aside from distracted driving, they say speed is also a concern, which is causing them to drive more defensively and to watch closely for fellow bikers.
As a driver on the road, there's a lot of times I haven't seen bikes. So you just got to keep your head, your phone down, your head on your shoulders, and just drive. And be careful of these guys.
In 2023, deadly motorcycle crashes increased by nearly 6%, killing 62 people last year. While the dangers from crashes are a bit higher for bikers, Sattel says all drivers need to be safer on the road.
We recently lost a neighbor of mine's daughter to a person having an argument with his wife via text and took her life. It's dangerous out there.
He says even glancing at your phone for a second is not worth it.
Everything you do nowadays is online, and people think, 2 seconds on the phone. Well, 2 seconds is 250 feet at 50 miles an hour. It happens quick, and there's no going back once you're in that accident. There's no taking it back. Wear your helmet, wear your gloves, wear your boots, and stay 100%, 110% aware of the cars around you.
Reporting in Suffield, Jake Garcia, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
All right, Jake, thank you. 6:09 this morning. One of the world's most famous chefs said he came awfully close to dying in a bicycle crash right here in Connecticut. Gordon Ramsay said he's lucky to be alive. Now, we don't know exactly what happened or where as he broke the news through a post on X Saturday. You're looking at part of that. He didn't give a lot of details other than to thank the staff at Lawrence Memorial Hospital in New London for helping him this past week. And we do know he's been taping another season of Hell's Kitchen at Foxwoods. Now, in that video, he urged everyone to wear a helmet while biking.
This week, unfortunately, I had a really bad accident, and it really shook me. And honestly, I'm lucky to be here.
Now, Ramsay pleaded with dads to wear a helmet while biking because he said if he hadn't worn his, he says he would not have survived.
Well, now to look at where firefighters were called to battle flames at a home early Sunday on Fairview Avenue near Meriden Road. At least one person may have been taken to the hospital. No word on their condition this evening or what sparked the fire. We are working to get more information for you. And in Norwich, there was an early morning crash on Sunday where a car went into a pole on Thames Street. Firefighters say when officials arrived on the scene, they found that everyone had gotten out of the car and everyone was evaluated for injuries. The Norwich Public Utilities were on scene to evaluate the pole damage.
A crash on Park Road in West Hartford knocked out power to more than 250 Eversource customers for several hours yesterday. How about that? No word on injuries. Thankfully, though, power has been restored and all roads have been reopened. And take a look at what forced a road closure yesterday in Southington. Traffic had to be rerouted after a pretty large tree fell over and collided with electrical wires. This was in the area of Dunham Street. Police said that road reopened just shortly after noon.
Oh, there was a really close call at Bradley International Airport Saturday night, but it didn't involve a plane or passengers. A fuel tanker carrying 8,000 gallons of jet fuel got stuck off of a road at the airport in Windsor Locks. Unfortunately, nothing leaked from the tanker, and then a tow truck got it right back up again. Emergency first responders were on standby.